Hi, how you doing? My name is Darcy. I run a small web design development firm here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada called Pixel Factory. You can check us out online at pixelfactory.ca. Today, I just wanted to quickly take a look at styling a Bootstrap navigation. So, Bootstrap is a front end component library. It's created by Twitter, which is now X.com. But Yeah, if you're interested in quickly getting a navigation system built, it has a lot of the functionality already built in. So you just like import the Bootstrap project to your project, and then it's just a matter of styling that navigation. So we're working on a Bootstrap theme right now, and I am actually in the middle of styling this navigation. So if you're interested at all in CSS and Bootstrap and just seeing how to take a design and actually implement it into Bootstrap, then this video is for you. Check it out. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to show you this navigation system. It's kind of partially just styled already. You can see here I'm kind of working on the documentation for our theme. But this is essentially what's going on here. We've got this like drop down menu. I click on this and it opens and closes as you would expect a Bootstrap navigation system to work. But you can see here it's not really styled very well. It's just kind of a very simple, it's just almost out of the box as far as styling goes with Bootstrap. And what it's supposed to end up kind of looking like is this. So this is the design file, and you can see here after the user clicks on this, where you're going to end up is with this kind of like drop shadow on the top and the bottom with the links supplied in between. So the user would be able to like click this open and close, and it would just kind of open up this drop down. So we're going to try to make this look like this. And yeah, it's going to take a little bit of styling. It's actually not too hard, but yeah, just follow along and I'll show you how it's done. Right now, here's my drop down. This is on mobile. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on that, open it up. Here's my drop down. Open that up. You can see here it needs a little bit of styling. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to inspect this. Find out where we are here in the DOM tree. And yeah, so right now this little unordered list is basically containing all of my drop-down links. You can see here, if we go over to the side, I have a class called dropdown menu GDB, and it has a little bit of styling happening here already. And what we need to do is just add a few more styles to it. So one of the things I wanted to do is to kind of pull it over to the side. So you can kind of see here, like this goes like edge to edge on this design. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mess around with the margin space here. Margin, top and bottom, I'll leave it 0. And then on the left and right, I'm going to go -2 REM. So what that does is it effectively pulls it pulls that over the side of my drop-down menu. And so that's kind of good. That's what we were looking for. The padding, how's that looking? 0, 2 REM. I'll leave it at 0. It's going to do not so good. REM. Let's see, where else is that padding here? Padding left. On the reboot, it has it on at 2 REM. Maybe I can just leave it like that. So I kind of want these links to kind of come inset. So right now this is set up at 2 REM. which kind of counters this like negative margin that we have going here, which is a good thing. I'll just leave that for now. I actually thought maybe I needed to add some padding on top of that, but it looks like maybe I don't. So I'll just leave that for now. And then now the next thing I'm going to need to do here is, just make sure that this gets cut off, right? So I'm just going to go up a level here in the DOM tree, and you can see here I have the parent of this like under unordered list, and it has a couple of different classes on it. One's called the nav item, and one of the one's called the dropdown. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add an overflow hidden style to the drop down. So you can see here kind of like what it would look like. Overflow hidden. Boom. And so it kind of just chops it off, just like how we wanted it to look like it is in the design. Right, pretty straightforward. Bootstrap does have a utility where you can actually just add like the hidden overflow hidden class to a list like that. But because we kind of want to like use this drop down in probably other areas, like this won't be the only drop down in our possible navigation. So I'm just going to add that to this like drop down class. So you can kind of see here in my project what I've done. I actually have them already set up here. So I have this drop down class. Here it already has some styling on it already. This styling that exists here already is used just so that instead of like Bootstrap has it set up so that like if you click on a drop down, that's what gets you to open up the menu. You have to actually do a physical click, which isn't really common. So if you want to just do it on a hover state, you have to add this kind of styling, but that's another subject altogether. So what I've done is I've added drop down overflow hidden here on the drop down menu. And then for the drop down menu GV, I had this like actually that padding set up, so I'm just going to comment that out for now. I'm going to add this margin space like we had before, 0 and -2 rem, add that into the styling for that, and then we'll see what happens. I'm going to like save that. It's going to build it, and then we should have it. Just going to refresh that, make sure all that styling is not there. Then I go to the drop down, boom, there it is, just like how we wanted it. So I guess we didn't really need that like padding on that drop down menu GV. I had thought maybe I needed to put that styling in there, but it looks like it'll be okay without it. So I'm just going to comment or get rid of that line. Bye padding. Now in case you're like not familiar with Bootstrap and like doing the development with Bootstrap, is one thing is you'll notice that a lot of times you'll think it'd be like set up and everything's looking good on mobile, but then as soon as you go to desktop and you're no longer dealing with like a mobile navigation, there's no hamburger menu. I go to my drop down and I hover over top of it, and lo and behold, nothing really happens there. It's not hovering. It's supposed to open up on a hover. So that has to do with, let me go back to this drop down class that I have set up, what makes the drop down appear on hover. So I have overflow hidden, except it's like working with basically all of the instances of that drop-down class. What I need to do is just add this little tidbit here for the breakpoint. So when the breakpoint, I have it set up so the breakpoint is at XL, or 1200 pixels, and I'm just going to add the overflow initial to like back to where it was initially, so that the drop-down works as is intended. I'm going to save that, and then we'll just double check, make sure that drop-down is working now. And there it is. There it is on desktop, which is great. I go down to mobile. I'm going to open this up and just double check this is working. And there it is. Ta-da! Okay, so there you go. That's how we basically got Bootstrap, style Bootstrap, so that it looks more like the design. There it is. There. So yeah, if you're interested in more of these kinds of videos where I'm going to be like working with the Bootstrap library and just modifying it so that it looks like design files, some tips and tricks, take a look at some more of these videos. Subscribe to the channel. Again, this is pixelfactory.ca, and we're located in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Thanks.